Have you ever tried to bring something up with your spouse and it instantly turned into a fight? You were ready, obviously. They obviously were not. And now you're both mad and nothing actually gets resolved. It might have been one of the 7 worst possible times to bring something up with your spouse. And I talk about that in a different video. Check that out if you haven't already. But today I'm giving you one ridiculously simple tool to make sure that never happens again. 5 words that will change the way that you and your spouse talk so that you can actually get somewhere when you bring up tough topics in your marriage, or really any topics at all. Here's the truth. Timing is everything in a marriage. Most of us bring something up because we're ready and we assume that our spouse is ready as well. But just because I am ready to talk doesn't mean that my husband is in a place to listen. Here's the tool. I learned this one many moons ago from Terry Real himself during an in-person training that I did with him. You ready? Write this down. It's 5 words. Is this a good time? That's it. Literally just 5 words. Hey, my love, I want to talk to you about something. Is this a good time for you? This simple question does 2 powerful things. Number 1, it respects your spouse's current capacity and availability and schedule. Number 2, it increases the chance that you will be heard, which in the end benefits the both of you and your marriage. Think about it. You'd never walk into your boss's office without knocking, plop down on their couch, and just start venting about your workload. In the same way, if you're a teacher, you wouldn't barge into your principal's office while they're in the middle of something. And you most definitely would not show up at your doctor's house at 11:30 at night demanding that they treat you right now. It sounds ridiculous when I put it that way, right? Because with everyone else, we follow protocol. We ask for time, we confirm said time, we prepare for it, and then we share what's on our mind. But with the most important person in our life, we often skip all of that and just dump things in their lap because it's convenient for us. So let's change that. Here's how to use this protocol. Step number 1, you notice when something needs to be addressed. Don't ignore it, but don't dump it impulsively either. Step number 2, you think about it first. Prepare in your head or on paper if you prefer, how you would like to say it out loud. Know what it is that you want to say. Step number 3, ask the question, is this a good time? And remember, even if you think that it is, give your spouse a chance to prepare emotionally. Give them a minute if that's what they need. Let them finish their workday or get to the meeting that you didn't even know was happening. Step number 4, if it's not a good time, ask them what a better time would be. After dinner, tomorrow morning over coffee, once the kids are in bed, whichever it is. Step number 5, wait for the answer and then follow through based on what you hear. Don't follow them around while you keep explaining why this conversation in particular needs to happen right now. Respect them telling you the truth, and if you have it in you, thank them for it too. What does this look like in real life? Imagine this. You are worried about an unexpected bill and you bring it up as your spouse is walking out the door for a meeting. Or your spouse wants to talk about intimacy right as you're cleaning up after bedtime that you did by yourself and you're running on fumes. You picking or insisting on the wrong timing guarantees one thing, and it's that the conversation will not go well. But what if instead you said, hey hon, I need to talk about that bill that came in the mail today. Is this a good time or should we find another one? They might say, let's talk after dinner when I can give you my full attention. Now you both come into the conversation prepared, present, and willing. And guess what? You want their full attention. You want them to be present and engaged. That's how you build connection, even around what seem like tough conversations. Now, I know there are a few concerns that come up when I teach this to my couples, so let's tackle those. First, but if I wait, it won't get addressed. I get it. Sometimes it feels urgent and you're afraid that it will get swept under the rug. That's happened before and you're worried that it will just happen again. But here's the thing. Waiting for the right moment speeds up the resolution because you're both ready to actually address it instead of just fighting about it. So as long as you agree when you will talk about it with both of you present, trust that it will happen and make sure that it does. But respect the timing, respect the message that your spouse is giving you. But I'm afraid I'll lose my nerve if I wait, is the next one. You are worried that you'll chicken out or forget what you wanted to say. Do you know how many different ways there are, even just on your phone, to capture exactly that? You can write it down in your notes app, you can email it to yourself, you can send yourself a text message, you can put it in your reminder app. Do you see what I'm doing here? You can also just pull out a little notepad or use a lovely little sticky note. Find one way to capture it so that you don't lose it. That way, you'll keep your clarity while you're respecting your spouse's readiness. Here's another one. But my spouse doesn't respect when I say it's not a good time. This is so common. Learning this tool and making it happen together takes practice, requires practice for the both of you. But you also both need to know what you're doing and why that is the way that you want to go about it together. So if you need help explaining to your spouse what it is that you're trying to accomplish by saying this isn't a good time for me, helping them understand that it's really for you, for your marriage, send them this video or come back together and watch it so that they can understand it as well, so that it's in context. What I want you both to remember is that respecting a not now isn't rejection. It's a commitment to talk when you can both be fully present. So agree on a specific time to revisit the topic. That way it doesn't get dropped, it doesn't get forgotten, and it happens. Here's another one. But we never have a good time. There is no such thing as a good time for us. And I get it. Life is busy always. But if you're never finding time, that's a sign that you need to create space for these conversations with your spouse. You need to find the time. You need to make the time. It's not about waiting for a perfect gap. That's never happening. It's about making sure that you prioritize connection and you're both emotionally available for it. One more. If I ask, they might say no. Yeah, they might. But what if that's not a problem? Now that you know that their no isn't a rejection, their no is just an opportunity to ask when might be a better time. How can we make this happen better? This does two major things. It builds trust and it prevents resentment. Please know that's not a dead end. It's just a doorway, an opening to a better conversation for the two of you. So this week, I want you to try this. Before you bring something up, big or small, I want you to practice. I want you to ask, hey hun, hey babe, or whatever it is that you call each other, is this a good time to talk? And then listen for the answer. This small habit will reduce misunderstandings, it will lower tension between the two of you, and it will help you actually resolve the things that you two need to talk about. If this was helpful, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to bring up hard topics with your spouse without it blowing up in your faces. Because even when it's the right time, how you bring it up matters just as much. Watch that video next, and let's get these conversations under control once and for all.